fellow Amazonians. It is rather unfortunate that I address you today, starting on a bad note. A dark and horrifying chapter has been unfolding in the heart of Buea, and it has gone unnoticed until now. A brutal campaign of execution has been carried out by the La République du Cameroon security forces on our people. These heinous crimes have come to light in the most chilling manner, silent and covered. For how long these silent and covert killings have been happening, we may never know. But what is known is that within the walls of the central prison in Buea, detainees are being taken from their cells, led to an unknown fate, and then executed in cold blood. The most recent wave of these killings occurred only 3 days ago, where 5 innocent lives were snuffed out, executed, not for crimes they had committed, but for mere accusations, assumptions, and mere associations. My attention was drawn to this horrific truth a day ago by a trusted informant within the ranks of the La République du Cameroon security forces. According to their testimony, the victims, most of whom had never even seen the inside of a courtroom for trial, were tricked that they had been freed. You are going home, you are going home, they were told. Their hearts filled with hope as they stepped outside their prison cells, only to be picked up, driven to an undisclosed location where their lives were brutally ended. These men, untried and unseen by the law, were murdered in the dark, forgotten by the world, but not those who loved them. Here are their names, the latest victims of this state-orchestrated slaughter. And these are the only names we know, those slaughtered 3 days ago. 1. Samuel Thierry, 39 years old, a father of 3, and a clinic owner in Kumba. He was taken from his home, accused of treating wounded Amber fighters. His only crime was saving lives, but the cause of his compassion was his own. Number 2, Juan Etoile Elangua, 27 years old, a taxi driver in Buea residing in Moya. He was accused of supplying food to Amber fighters and providing them with intelligence on military checkpoints. This young man, simply trying to survive in a city under siege, was silenced forever. Now the third victim here, one Mr. Zishu Peter, 45 years old, a cocoa farmer from Malende in Kumba and father of 5. He was abducted during a raid over a year ago. He was held without charge or trial. His children will now grow up without a father, their only inheritance being the injustice that took him from them. Number 4, one Mr. Ngum Elijah, 32 years old, a bike rider from Kumba and father of 1. He too was snatched during a raid, torn from his family and his livelihood, only to be executed without explanation. And the other last victim here is Ebai Vitalis, abducted in Moyoka. His crime, selling drinks to Amber fighters. Living alone, his death may have gone unnoticed, but we will not allow his name to fade into obscurity. These men were not just statistics. They were fathers, sons, and community members. Their lives were stolen in an unforgivable betrayal of justice. For being in the wrong place at the wrong time, for the suspicion of collaboration, or for merely existing under a regime that seems to have lost all regard for human life. Now, in a disturbing new revelation, our informant has disclosed also that the bodies of these victims were buried in a mass grave around the Upper Farms area close to the mountain in Buea. Yes, the graves are there, silent witnesses to a crime that must not be ignored. We are calling on the people of Buea, especially those who live near Upper Farms, to investigate these burials. If you see any suspicious activity or movement in the area, you must speak out. You must speak out. If you've noticed something unusual before, we urge you to come forward. This is not the time for silence. We ask that you keep your eyes open. If you find any fresh diggings, if you stumble upon anything out of place, take photos and bring them to our attention immediately. These executions are happening in the shadows, but it is up to us to bring them into the light. The names we have mentioned here are only the most recent victims as of 3 days ago. These men were taken from their cells and executed. But how many more have met the same fate in the past? How many other bodies lie in hidden graves, nameless and forgotten? The true number of victims could be staggering. We just do not know. We must act now to ensure that these crimes do not continue with impunity. We are calling on the media, the Cameroon media, and human rights organizations to stand with us in exposing these horrific abuses, killings, murders. We cannot allow these heinous acts to go unchecked. If we do not speak out, if we do not bring these crimes to the world's attention, the impunity will continue, and the bloodshed will never stop. And now, I turn to you, fellow Amazonians, in respect to the draft, the liberation draft that we are having today. Fellow Amazonians, my brothers and sisters, my comrades in the liberation war, I come to you again not just as a voice for our people, but as a reflection of the burning desire for freedom that lives within each and every one of us. Today, we are not merely gathering for a fund drive. We are convening to declare once again, to the world and to the forces that seek to subdue us, that the heart of Amazonia beats strong and unyielding. Our fight is not new. It is not born of a fleeting moment of discontent or a passing wave of protest. No, not at all. This fight is rooted in the very soil of our homeland, watered by the tears of our ancestors and fueled by the hopes of our children. For too long, we have been oppressed. For too long, we have endured the brutal hand of annexation, marginalization, and forced assimilation by the oppressive regime of La République du Cameroon for far too long. Our voices have been silenced, our identities trampled upon, and our rights stolen from us. But let it be known to those who seek to erase us that we are still here, and today we reaffirm that we will not be erased. We have come too far to turn back now. We have shed too much blood, sacrificed too many lives, and endured too much pain and suffering to give up. The momentum we have built in this liberation struggle or war for 8 good years is powerful and undeniable. It is a wave of defiance that cannot be stopped by guns, prison cells, or the tyranny of a regime that refuses to acknowledge our existence. This is not the time to waver. This is not the time to hesitate or question the righteousness of our cause. It is time to push forward with even greater resolve, because we have reached a crucial point in this journey. Fellow Amazonians, today I am here to remind you that every single one of us has a role to play in this struggle. Every single Amazonian, whether at home or in the diaspora, is a part of this movement. And today, we are called upon to give, not just to give financially, but to give our hearts, our souls, and our unwavering commitment to the cause of our liberation. The Liberation Fund drive we are holding this moment is not just about raising money. No, it is about sending a message to the world, to our enemies, and to our comrades, that we are here to stay, that we will not relent, we will not surrender, and we will not stop until Amazonia is a free and independent country. Our restoration fighters, those brave men and women on the ground, are counting on us. They have taken up arms. They have put their lives on the line. Help build a nation that belongs to us and to our children. When you give today to this Liberation Fund, you are sending a powerful message to La République du Cameroon. You are telling them that we are not afraid, that we will not be cowed into submission, that we will not be assimilated into their broken system. Your donation is a statement of defiance, a declaration that we will not stop until there is dialogue or negotiations, until there is negotiation, and until there is freedom and independence. We will not sit at the table of oppression. We will only sit at the table of justice and liberation. Fellow Amazonians, once more, let me be clear. This is not just about money. This is about commitment. This is about making the decision right here and right now that you will not rest until Amazonia is free. It is about looking into the eyes of your children and knowing that you are doing everything in your power to give them a country free from oppression. It is about honoring, ladies and gentlemen, the memory of those who have given their lives for this cause, knowing that their sacrifice was not in vain. It is about standing in solidarity with Ground Zero, with our counties, our local government areas, and every Amazonian who is fighting for the right to live in freedom. We must remember that this is a collective liberation war, a collective struggle. None of us can do it alone. We are bound together by our shared history, our shared pain and suffering, and our shared hope for a brighter tomorrow. When one of us gives, it lifts all of us. When one of us stands strong, it strengthens the entire movement. And when all of us come together like this, there is no force on this earth that can stop us. So today, I ask you, I appeal to you from the bottom of my heart, dig deep, not just into your wallet, but into your heart. I ask you to give, not just because it is necessary, but because it is the right thing to do at this moment. Because freedom is not free. It comes at a price, and that price is paid with sacrifice, with dedication, and with unwavering support for the cause. Let your contribution be a reflection of your commitment to the future of Ambazonia. Let it be a testament to your belief in the righteousness of our cause. Let it be a beacon of hope for those who are fighting on the front lines, knowing that they are not alone. Every dollar, every euro, every pound, every contribution counts. No amount is too small and no amount is too large. Whether you give a little or a lot, know that you are making a difference. Know that your generosity is fueling the engine of this liberation, that it is keeping the fires of resistance burning bright. And know that when the day of victory comes, and it will surely come, you will be able to stand tall knowing that you played your part in the making of history. We are driving by a vision of freedom, by the dream of a land where our people can live in peace and in dignity. We are fighting for our dignity, for our rights, for our future too. And with your support, with your contributions today, with your unwavering commitment going forward, we will win. Again, we will win. Thank you. May the dream of a free, independent Ambazonia become our reality. We are one people, one nation,